Why, hello there, lost family. Or maybe you're new here. A wanderer just stumbling onto the lost gamer's path. Either way, the journey begins again. Today we are exploring the murky depths of Reddit r/nicegirls. So stay close. It's easy to get lost out here. So, yeah, like I said, we are doing r/nicegirls. We're also going to do another video on r/niceguys. I'm hoping this will be really fun. So, let's get into it. This one says, I don't know. You tell me. And the message is, it looks like it's on a dating app. I'm not very familiar with dating apps, so I can't really tell which one it is. Let's just assume it's Tinder. Maybe you can tell me in the comments if you know. I haven't been on dating apps in a long time, and I never tried Tinder. But anyways, it looks like this has a blurred out, like scribbled out picture of some girl. And the guy says, very cute, what's your tattoo say? And the reply he got back was kind of crazy. She says, I'm sorry, I'm not interested in talking, kind of disgusted by men. So if you feel the need that I need to apologize for having my face out there, fine. Go F off and find a... Oh, I should probably censor that. Find a sloot. Okay. I'm already so perplexed by that reply. Well, like, for one thing, if you're disgusted by men, why are you on a dating app? Or at least, like, what if you're listed... I don't know, if she's listed as a lesbian or something, then I guess that makes enough sense, but I'm assuming since this man is talking to her that she's probably listed as straight? I can't guarantee that, though, because I know some men have a very bad habit of not actually looking at a girl's profile, they just see a cute face and, you know. But I'm assuming she's probably listed as straight. Let's just go ahead and give him the benefit of the doubt, and because, I mean, a lot of dating apps won't even show you to men if you're, like, a lesbian or vice versa, so I would have to assume that she's listed as straight, so why are you on a dating app if you're disgusted by men? Like, I get you. I've been there at times. But why are you on a dating app? And also, so if you feel the need that I need to apologize for having my face out there, is it like... That doesn't make any sense. I mean, you kind of do. If you're on a dating app and then you're antagonizing any man that contacts you on there, I think you should kind of apologize for that. Maybe take down your dating profile if you're not wanting to talk to men anymore. I'm just so confused. Okay, so F off and find a sloot. I'm not gonna be mistreated, let's say, because I can't say that word on YouTube, I don't think. I'm not gonna be mistreated by random dudes on the internet anymore. And if you want to call me crazy, that's cool to keep in mind. That's cool to keep in mind, okay? I am a doctor, I'm not here playing games, so bye bye bye. That is so bizarre. Like, has she encountered this man before and he just doesn't remember? I just don't know. I don't understand this. This is a lot. I feel like this girl needs some therapy. What is even happening? What is this? I'm not gonna be mistreated by random men off the internet. He's not mistreating you though. He just said you're very cute and asked about your tattoo. You're gonna get that kind of stuff when you are on a dating app, because people, I mean, this is a crazy concept, but people kind of expect when you're on a dating app that you want to be flirted with. Crazy, I know. And that you might want to flirt with them. That's just so weird. I'm so confused. I understand what he put at the top of this post now. I don't know. I surely don't know. I just, what is this? It says at the bottom, you can't reply to this conversation. This person's dating profile is no longer available. Well, at least she took down her dating profile. Looks like she really needed to. That's just so perplexing. This person says, that's an awfully long text to get a tattoo of, but that's just my take. Right? This person says, you probably should have run that through Grammarly before you permanently wrote it on your body. This person says, she's unhinged, and I'm glad she told you up front. No, you didn't do anything wrong. I don't even think that's a question. I doubt he even had to take a moment to figure out if he'd done something wrong, because that was just... unhinged is the perfect word for that. OP says, no, you don't get it. I matched with her and she had no agency in the matter. Clearly, I'm just a disgusting man thrusting myself on her in this online dating environment. Right? That was so crazy. Well, yeah, if you matched with her, does that mean she, like, matched back? I can't remember how that kind of stuff works. I mean, yeah, from my memory, you get, like, proposed matches? I don't think that makes no sense. You know what I mean. You get potential matches, that's a better word. And you, like, either swipe left or right, and whichever one is the positive one, I don't remember. I think right. If you swipe right, then you match, and if they swiped right on you, right? Is that how that works? Because if that is, then yeah, that's even more crazy that you matched with him, you okayed this, he talked to you, and then you have a complete freak out on him. That's just so weird. Says, that was your mistake, thrusting yourself into liking her back. Disgusting. Yeah, I guess so. My word. Weird. For a doctor, she sure doesn't have much patience. On a dating site, disgusted by men. Makes sense. Doesn't it, though? Hello, miss. Can I help you? No, piss off. Oh, I can come back later if you want. No, don't come back again or I scream. But miss, you're already seated. The menu has been there for an hour. And it's my job to ask you what you want to get. No, F off. I'm disgusted by you in this place. I hate restaurants and the thought of food. And you can call me crazy for being here in this table. That's cool. Also, I'm a doctor. Yeah, that's pretty much what she done. Really freaking weird. He says, it's like she forgot that she was half the reason we matched. Right? Right. This person says, I don't want to date anyone. I just want the validation of knowing strangers find me attractive, even though they disgust me. Right? That seems to be what's going on. Freaking crazy. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, this one says, known each other for a week with dry conversations to boot. Good morning! Did you just wake up? Good morning/afternoon? Yes. And I'm awake! Wee! Yay! What's the haps, big boss? I have a question! She's putting everything in caps lock, so that's why I'm kind of yelling everything. Yurt, I love questions. Do you have Cashmo, Venmo, or PayPal? Venmo. Can I borrow some moolah? No, winky face. Darn. At least I tried. Do you normally ask strangers for cash? Yeah, but they usually say yes, 'cause I'm hot. Good for you, I guess. That's so odd, though. This isn't a nice girl, this is a scam. With caps lock on. Well, I'm hot, right? I've seen a few of these. This just seems so odd to me to just ask random strangers for money. Like, I guess if she met him on a sugar dating app, that could make sense, but that's still a little odd even if that's where she met him. Because, you know, you're kind of supposed to give some sugar, you know, it's a little exchangey thing. This person says, nah, lots of girls do this. Wouldn't be surprised if it was an actual girl just asking her matches for money. Yeah, I've actually seen quite a few posts like this. I don't know if it's actually super common or not, but I've seen a lot of posts on this, nice. I don't know if it's only NiceGirls, but I've seen this type of stuff on Reddit quite a bit. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. I guess so. I don't know what these profiles look like. This person says, it's sad how many of these posts are dudes falling for scam profiles and then being surprised when they ask for money. Yeah, that might be a good point. I haven't seen these profiles, but they might be very obviously scams. I don't know. Because a lot of guys, it does seem like they see, you know, a pretty face and they're like, ugh. They just, their brains go out the window. Girls probably do that some too, but I just haven't seen it as much, I guess. This person says, money me, money now, me, money needing a lot now. I don't know what this means when I like it. This person says, I'm as sick as a three-legged dog on the streets of India. This person says, can I have moolah? I too am hot. Right? I mean, I guess if that's all it takes. I'm not hot, but want moolah options? Question mark. I vote you get half moolah because you didn't shout requests, right? Person says, you can't trick me, you're not hot, you're adorable. It's in your name and everything. Yeah, adorable panda, 95, that's cute. I like that. Top tier comment, love it. She says, thanks for noticing. I like that. This person says, why is she shouting at you, right? She? That's an 87-year-old man out there scamming. I don't know. Got his font size all jacked up and always writes in caps so he can see what he's writing, right? And thinks everyone's telling him to stop shouting has something to do with his hearing. Person says, please give me 100 KOP, I'm gorgeous and I'm thick as... And I'm thick AF. There we go. Have to censor things. I always forget. Seems worth a try. What? This person says, I once had a girl ask me to get her pregnant. I then said no. Then she wanted me to let her fly to see me, and I also said no. Okay, that's a lot. She then, for some reason, asked me to pay to have sex with her because she should get something out of it, despite me not wanting to have sex with her. I declined. Dang. That's just weird. Again, did you meet this woman on a sugar site? I guess that would kind of make sense. There. I don't know. Weird. Can I have cash too? I'm hot. It's because I have 101-degree fever, but rules is rules. Right? Why are we yelling? That's what I was thinking. She was super nice about it as well. Like, how could you not send her cash, OP? From a gay guy who doesn't have to deal with this, how often do girls in the dating world ask for cash? I'm kind of curious about that too, because, you know, straight girl here, I don't know. I don't know, do lesbians do that to each other? I doubt it. I feel like this has to just be like... I feel like this just has to be a straight girly type of thing. But I don't know. I can't imagine a lot of women do this. Do they? I really hope not, because that's kind of crazy. This person commented under that, though, all the effing time, and not even just online, I've had women text me after months of no talking just to ask for money. It's usually more indirect. They text randomly and usually start complaining about not being able to afford something instead of whatever this person is trying. Yeah, I guess you have to give her credit for being direct. Wow. This person says, in 25 years of dating on and off, I've never ever met someone who asked for money like that. Guess I am dating a different target audience, or are German girls, or girls living in Germany rather, not like this. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like it has to be kind of an OF type of related thing. I feel like there has to be some level of crossover. Maybe I shouldn't say that, I don't know. This person says, I've been fortunate enough to date a few women who were originally from European countries, and yes, the difference is night and day in how they view relationships. They are far less transactional, more caring, value deeper conversations, and view affection as a two-way street, so to speak. My girlfriend is a second-generation Greek, and she's the best woman I've ever been with. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure European women are great, but I don't know. Are American women that bad? I don't know. I mean, I'm an American, so I am a little bit biased, probably. But yeah, I don't know. I've also grown up in a really small, like, churchy community, so I don't know. This seems kind of crazy to me. This seems like... Oh, it's so weird. I just can't imagine people doing that. This person said, I had a girl I met at a nightclub text me and tell me to come over and F, but she told me to bring $50. I almost did it low-key, but she was hanging with some shady dude, so I figured I might get robbed instead. There's a very good chance of that. That was probably a very smart choice not to. I can understand that if you're, like, on sugar dating things, like, sites. I just can't imagine, like, I mean, I think it's generally wrong to treat anyone you meet as an ATM, but especially if that's, like, not in your arrangements, and that's not, like, an understood thing you have between the two of you, it's kind of, it's extra weird in that case to treat the man you're talking to like a walking bank account. This person says, I'm curious too, I'm a 40 female and I never asked a date for cash, heck. I always offered to share the bill. At my nail place, guys are always picking up their girls and paying the bill. Starting to think I did dating wrong. I guess so. This person says, one of my friends doesn't ask, but guys Venmo her all the time for coffee or whatever. No guy has ever just randomly Venmo'd me, so maybe I'm doing dating wrong too. Maybe. I don't know. I don't really date, maybe. That's just the norm these days, I just don't know. You can tell me what you think of that, because I am interested if this is just a common phenomenon? Yeah, I think that's how you say that. Man, that sucks. This comment. Oh, the woman he's dealing with is absolutely a scammer. He said, the last girl I snogged, I added on Facebook to ask her for a date. And she asked me for cash because she was hungry. So I was like, yeah, cool. If you need to eat, I have some spare funds. I can transfer. And it got weirder after that. I asked her for a date, and she said, yeah, didn't show up on said time and day, and kept asking me for more cash after that. Interesting. Yeah, that really sucks. That girl is like a scammer through and through, for sure. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This person says, she tried to convince me I'm gay rather than accept rejection. Crazy. I think this is the message from the woman he's dealing with. My entire stay, I was shocked how much you live in so much fear. It's nothing I've seen before. You can't even cough loudly in your own apartment because you are scared of your neighbor. He has stolen years of free will from you, and you succumb to it like you have no personal autonomy. Okay. Also, was shocked why you choose to stay closeted, hanging your ex-girlfriends as trophies will never make you straight, and neither will blank suddenly fall in love with you. What? I'm so confused by this. It will surprise you how it'll surprise you how many people are waiting for you to come out so they can hug you and embrace you. Okay. This is so weird. I cannot make it go away by effing you. Oh my god, what are you saying? I could not make it go away by effing you with a strap-on as you desperately begged me to. Okay, I guess I will continue this. Again, you keep living in fear, and now you have locked yourself in your own personal torture prison, where you harbor so much self-hate and project it to everyone around you. You torture yourself so much that you have convinced yourself you don't deserve success, that you are less than and you deserve nothing. So it pisses you off to see anyone embrace themselves so easily. Okay? Even your friends, your brothers, and father, you can't manipulate other people or yourself into loving you. Okay? It doesn't work like that. I told you before, and I'll tell you now. The world is on your side. Put your weapons down. No one wants to attack you. No amount of breathwork, meditation will work until you do something about it. Oh my god. I hope one day you live your truth. Get an apartment where you can scream if you want to. Okay. Are you, like, judging him for being polite and not wanting to be a disturbance to his neighbors? That's kind of crazy. Make coffee at the time you're choosing and host loud parties. Can you imagine that? I'd say it was nice meeting you, but good riddance. And get that courage no matter how long it takes. Maybe this is why we met, so I could tell you exactly this. I'm exceptionally confused. How long have they even known each other for her to be making these kinds of assumptions? That is so mental. Okay, I guess let's read some comments. I want to see if OP has given any background to this. Okay, there is more. Good. Some date context. She was visiting my city for a few days. We ended up hooking up in the first hours of day 1 of her visit, and I agreed that she could crash at my place that evening. She originally had a hotel booked that she wasn't happy with. We spent the rest of the day together while she did touristic things. Hopefully I'm saying that okay. Touristic things. But after 5 to 6 hours of that, I discovered I really couldn't handle or stand her personality. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't invite people into your home until you know if you like their personalities. Just a thought. And she didn't seem very into mine. She was super manipulative, controlling, jealous, passive-aggressive, and not able to take care of herself at all, or feigned helplessness for attention. She would film literally everything we did, wanted me to be her walking, talking selfie stick, and then complained about my photography. Okay. Oh, wow. So she's definitely trying to do the influencer thing and being kind of entitled about it, it sounds like. She shared a photo of my flat interior on Instagram story and wanted to share videos of me playing small, raw ideas on the piano. I told her no, and she was clearly not happy. She was over 30 minutes late to meet, and left me standing in the cold with zero apology. Complained, very judgmental about my apartment being too cold. It was set to 20 degrees in Europe in December, while wearing next to nothing. So she complained about the temperature while wearing next to nothing. Slow walker, loud eater, materialistic, cagey, and defensive. Really not my bag. When we climbed into bed to sleep, she told me I was temporarily banished from touching her due to how I handled the temperature of the flat. Okie dokie. I told her okay, switched off the light, and went to sleep. I told her the next morning that I was sorry, but I didn't want anything else romantic with her. That's fair. She told me she'd canceled her hotel and had nowhere else to go. The hotel did seem legit. She'd shown me the reservation / contact with them. and I felt pity and said she could stay the other nights, but I'd sleep elsewhere in my flat. That's really nice. That's definitely sweet. It doesn't sound like she's very fun to be around, so yeah. that was very, charitable of you. Okay, continuing. We had a weird 48 hours from then on. Tried to do platonic things. She hopped from agreeing with me that there were no feelings to trying to kiss and bang me, telling me the whole trip could have been an email, to trying to say she felt pregnant. Okay. After one time, I don't think that's quite how it works. After protected X the day before, and that I need that I now need to buy dinner for two. Well, if she's pregnant, that's obviously not from you. Oh my gosh, she sounds like she sounds really unhinged, honestly. The whole day I've tried to be as caring and courteous as I possibly could. I've paid for all of her meals, tried to make my environment cozier and warmer for her. When I want to go to sleep, she's already in my bed. I ask her to briefly move so I can take off this mattress topper so that I can sleep downstairs. She absolutely loses it, springs up and starts arguing, saying how unpredictable I am. Okay. Oh, okay, dokie. I told her and retold her by text that this was the sleeping plan, that I should be nice about it. Oh, and she said that I should be nice about it. I asked her to move in a quiet, calm voice after having done 30 minutes of deep breathing. Then she asked, "Is it really that bad?" I guess about sleeping next to her. I left no comment. I remade my actual bed for her to sleep in, and offered her a hot water bottle, which she declined, saying, "Don't stress yourself." I say okay and go to sleep. I go running the next morning, text her that I'll be gone for 1.5 hours, but she can help herself to anything. I come back to my flat and she's gone along with all her stuff. No text, no note. Obviously, I'm relieved and get on with my day. The text. The text arrived out of the blue that evening. I guess while she took the train back. I can't even begin. I am not gay. I just didn't like her personality. That's not that I take the suggestion as an insult. Frankly, I'd love it if I was. Well, when you have that as your options, yeah, I could understand that. But nope. I think she's basing it on the fact that I am quite a sensitive dude. Feminist, empathetic. I might paint my nails a bit. Nothing wrong with that. And definitely nothing wrong with empathy. I think everybody should have empathy. It's weird that that's even classified as a It's weird that empathy is even classified as an effeminate thing, because, I mean, empathy is just feeling for other people. You know, not just being a selfish douche that only thinks about yourself. And anybody can have a lack of empathy. I mean, there's a lot of girls that have very little empathy, just like there are a lot of men that have very little empathy. He continues, I'm autistic, so quite quiet, sensitive, have certain needs for space I need to look after. I know some lines cross over, but yeah. Okay. He says, I was a little womanizer from the age of about 3. Okay. Well, that concerns me a little bit. I would hope not. I mean, I would hope there are no 3-year-olds that are womanizers. Also, does that really, does that combine well with being a feminist? I don't know. You can leave your opinions in the comments. I don't know. It continues, the strap-on thing. Jesus Christ. She told me she badly wanted to do things to her exes, but I mentioned that I'm open to that kind of thing, as many people of all sexualities are. And she suggested... Can I say that on YouTube? I don't know, I guess we'll find out. I've never done it, have no idea if I'd be into it, but said we could see what happens someday if we have some trust. This was now begging, apparently. Crazy. The name I've censored is one of my best straight male friends. We've run insane ultra distances together and affectionately refer to one another as each other's running boyfriend. That's kind of fun. We say this even in front of his long-term partner of about 10 years. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with having, you know, little jokey things. And I feel like that can just be kind of an indicator that you are really secure in your sexuality. Oh. But I guess she didn't see it as that. Okay. He continues, Hall of Fame refers to the fact that the first thing she saw and mentioned in my apartment was that I have no more than 3 photos of some ex-girlfriends on my wall. Of around 25 in total. Okay, so you have 25 pictures on your wall and she singled out 3 that had your ex-girlfriends in them? Yeah, that's kind of crazy. And, like, what were those pictures? Were they group pictures with more than just your ex, or... I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal if he keeps photos of his exes, even if it's just, like, the 2 of them, but... I wouldn't be surprised, since she kind of seems unhinged, that it was, like, group photos, and that's why they're there. Anyway, he continues, they're from a long time ago, we still love each other as friends, and they were special times in my life. She was clearly massively jealous of this, and said she'd love to end up there. On your wall? Okay. I thought she was super against that because you're, like, hanging them as trophies to prove that you're straight or whatever. I had literally no idea what she means about my dad and brothers. I told her a bit about my dad, next to nothing about my brothers, and only after she ranted to me for hours about the bad relationship she had with her own mom and dad. No surprise there. With the neighbor, I basically have a psychotic neighbor living next to me for years. He's super aggressive, shouts and bangs on the walls if I so much as drop a spoon. That really sucks. I've tried to find ways to deal with it where I can live my life, but try to keep the peace because frankly, I don't need daily conflict. Who wants that? Who would want that? Therefore, for example, I grind my coffee loudly before I go to bed at around 9 p.m. rather than when I usually wake up to run at 5 a.m. Otherwise, I go about my day as I usually would as a relatively quiet dude, and the aggression has definitely gotten better. Apart from grinding coffee as I usually would, I never once asked her to be quiet or do anything differently. I do breath work and meditation because it makes me feel calm and regulated after highly stimulating days. Again, autism. Yeah, I think that's great. I support anyone doing breath work and meditation, and that's not a gender-specific thing. Does not make you gay at all if you enjoy those things. Plenty of straight men do that kind of stuff too. And there's nothing wrong with it. Everybody could use a little bit of zen in their lives sometimes. It continues, I would literally rather choke on my own vomit than host a loud party in my apartment. I can kind of relate with that. I'm not really into the whole loud party type of thing either. I keep on telling myself maybe one day I should try it just once just to say I've tried it, but I don't know. Anyway, it's quite clear that she's deeply, deeply insecure, somewhat of a narcissist, and just couldn't handle a guy saying no to her. She seems like she's only ever had dudes that would essentially bow to her every wish, give her everything she wants without question, and then I came along and spoiled it all. Yeah. Of course, there's so many lessons for me to learn. I'm very much not off my own hook. I will never ever let someone I barely know stay in my flat for more than a night of a hookup. But, of course, let me have it. I deserve it. Edit. I just realized I never once embraced the 710 line. Begging for... Okay, I don't know. I'm guessing that's a show. Begging for begging. Crazy. I hope I don't get in trouble with YouTube for saying that. I might have to look into that before I post this. So I would like to retroactively add that to the story and numerous bouts. Thank you for your attention. This person says, wow, you dodged not just a bullet, but a whole Death Star laser. Right? Seriously avoided an Avenger-level threat. Put Shy Guy back in the corner again level. Crazy. Let's sort by top. This person says, IMO at felt pregnant and had to eat for 2. Now you know why a girl would agree to stay with a random dude. She's nuts. I tend to agree with that. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna leave it there, so with that, our little adventure comes to an end for now. But if you enjoyed getting lost with me, show me with a like or comment. It helps me and my channel far more than you know. And if you want to keep traveling these hidden trails, subscribe, and I'll see you when the path reveals itself again. Bye for now.